Good morning and a very warm welcome to today's masterclass from my brand new masterclass series, Future Proofing Your Business in 2020. I'm Rachel Smith, I'm the business grower, and I am a business coach who specialises in mindset and in particular money mindset for female entrepreneurs who are ready to take that big leap and to generate consistent months of income and profit from their business. I'm the founder of the 5K Club, and one of my specialities as a business coach is getting my awesome clients into taking aligned, awesome action. So it's not just about sharing the content, isn't it? It's about taking action. And so many of you actually put that into place yesterday, following on from yesterday's masterclass, which was all about the key trends for 2020. I was inundated with messages throughout the day from people telling me what they were doing, how this was changing their business, what they were doing differently. It was absolutely brilliant, and I was so grateful for those messages. You know, all we can do when we're creating content like this is I want you to take action. Yes, when people like myself are generating content like this, there is a sales opportunity at the end. But that's just part of it. The key thing for me is that if you are spending time here with me, I want you to be taking the information on board and putting it into action. And it's about how this resonates with you, isn't it? So morning, Claire, lovely to see you here. So today we're going to be talking about how to grow your audience in 2020, and this follows on really nicely from yesterday's masterclass. But don't worry if you haven't caught up with that content yet. If you signed up, you will see all of the replays, and if you're part of this group, the replays are here anyhow. So how this is going to run, just like yesterday, is I've got some content that I'm going to share with you. I want to encourage you to be as interactive as possible. I will answer your questions, and yes, I will be sharing details of my very special event I'm running in January next year at the end of today's masterclass. But let's just get started. Let's just get into the details. So let's hope that you've got a pen and notebook, because this is not a snooze fest. This is not where you get some elaborate introduction into who I am and how amazing I am, and then very little content. You know, that is not the way that I rock and roll. This is about you. This is about honouring the time that you have carved out of your very busy day, especially in December, to come and listen to this content. So let's get this kicked off. So how to grow your audience in 2020. First of all, I would love to hear from the people who are here live is, you know, how regularly are you going out there and actually connecting with new potential soulmate clients of yours in terms of this strategy? How many of you are actually going out there actively to grow your audience already? So I'd love to hear that as we get kicked off. And what I find really interesting about this one is that maybe it's the less sexier of strategies, but not a whole load of people actually talk about growing your audience. You know, we often find content that's just focusing on like Facebook ads and things like that, but not everybody wants to use Facebook ads for many different reasons. And it's not just about growing your business and your audience through Facebook ads. This is about actually doing it as organically as possible, because, you know, that's like the best return on investment, isn't it? So Morgan has said she goes live at least once a week and tries to connect every day. Brilliant. Well, that's one part of the jigsaw, isn't it? So let's get into this. So today's masterclass is for you if you understand already that your results in like 2019, in this past kind of 12 months, could have actually been bigger than perhaps what your results in reality have turned out to be. And it's probably because things like growing your audience, you perhaps you weren't consistent with it, or perhaps you tried some things that didn't work particularly well. This masterclass is definitely for you if you are relying on a really small cohort of clients to keep reinvesting with you. And that's quite dangerous, isn't it, to put all your eggs in one basket. You can often feel quite vulnerable. You can often feel as if you have to bend over backwards for these clients. And what we want to do is to actually widen up that opportunity for people to come and work with you in 2020. And this masterclass is actually going to help you if you haven't really got a strategy to date for growing your audience. So Becky says, not as much as I should. I engage in Instagram, Facebook, but not consistently or with any strategy. Ooh, I'm all about the strategy. Definitely. Okay. So just thinking about those three scenarios, which one sums you up the most is that, that you perhaps didn't get the results in the last 12 months that you've wanted to, and you understand that's because your audience was too small, or that it was a strategy that you hadn't actually been consistent with, or perhaps you are relying on a small cohort of existing clients, or perhaps you've been playing around with growing your audience, but you haven't really got a strategy behind your action. So which one of those kind of describes you, like 1, 2, or 3? It'd be really interesting to know. Brilliant. So this whole masterclass follows on really nicely from yesterday's masterclass, but you haven't caught up with that, don't worry, you can do that. But the point that I was making yesterday is that we are in such a fortunate position. We've got all this technology, we've got all this connection, we've got all this possibility to reach our audiences. However, the reality is that the online world is getting busier and busier and busier, and your ability to stand out really comes down to your ability to be engaging, entertaining, and consistent with your content. And it's really going back to what I said with the content yesterday, that if you are playing around with content but you're not consistent, you'll soon be forgotten about, and that's not what we want. Also, if you're not entertaining, if you're not delivering what you said you're going to deliver, so as I said at the beginning of today's masterclass, is that you are going to get real live actions that you can take forward, just as you did yesterday. But if you are kind of following the old format where people are invited to a webinar or a challenge or something like that, and actually you're using it just as a platform to talk about how brilliant you are without actually sharing something with your audience. Audiences are a lot savvier than they have been in the past, and they will just switch off. So, you're looking at creating engaged, entertaining content that is appropriate for people who want to learn something, to change something, and also these people, and this is a key thing for you to consider, is that everybody feels quite time poor. So let me know if you feel as if you are time poor, and actually if you switch onto somebody's content and they're not getting to the point and they're not actually delivering what you want, think about how quickly you turn off from that, because that's an indication of really where your audience is at and how you need to be coming across as well. So how to grow your audience in 2020, how to be consistent, how to be engaging, how to be entertaining. I feel like I should do like a dance or something now. I won't. But this is all about your bigger plan. And one of the things that I love to do with all of my clients is really to have that level of clarity. It drives me nuts when I'm working with somebody and they don't ask me what my big plan, what big vision for my business is, because for me that's where it all comes from. Where you're heading, what your plans are, what your dreams and aspirations are, has to be the starting point. And it comes back to your why and who you work with and all of those things. But your kind of whole strategy for growing your audience comes down to your 12-month plan for your business. So again, let me know down in the comments, do you feel as if you have clarity? Do you have a plan for the next 12 months? And if you don't worry, because I've got something amazing at the end that will sort all that out. But I've tried in the past just winging it, like rocking up and going, all right, what shall I create today? What offer shall I go out in the marketplace? Which was really fun and exciting, but and I got results, but it wasn't the results that really were sustainable. And certainly on an energetic level, I cannot keep going like, oh, what shall I do today? I haven't got that kind of headspace. So for me, it comes down to having that clarity, having a really exciting 12-month plan that really fits into your vision, and for you to have that clarity. And then once you've got that plan, when you can see, what your offers are, when you're going to offer them, when you're going to launch them. And then all of a sudden you have clarity, don't you? You have clarity about what it is that you need to create for your audience in order to call the right people to you. So Becky says there, she resonates with this. You want messages and guidance to be given with clarity. Yes, you want, like, oh my God, how many times do you listen to a podcast or an interview or a live and you just think, I don't get this, you know, it's too complicated, or they're making it too complicated. And let me tell you, business is not complicated. So yes, absolutely, it is about cutting through all the noise and giving people useful strategies, tips, information that they can actually apply in their business. And don't worry, you will never give all of your information away, most definitely. Claire says, I don't have a plan, I don't know what my plan should be. Okay. Morgan says, I have a plan for the next month, but you're right, I need a plan for the year. Yes, you do. Yes. So Becky says, I've got a plan at a high level. Brilliant. That is just like the next level. That's what I'm talking about, the next level of detail. I've got my plan up there in front of me. And I think some people get scared about plans, you know, like if you have a plan, perhaps I'm going to be like held to this. If I have a plan, it's boring, it's rigid. It's not. It just gives you a whole sense of clarity, and you know, it really gives you that sense of the direction in which you're traveling. The beauty of a plan is that it isn't just something that is created and sits on your wall and looks beautiful. It's something that you review and you refresh frequently, but you know, that's for another day. So let's talk about how do you figure out, you know, how do you engage with your audience? How do you grow your audience? And as I shared yesterday, what your audience is looking for is that they're looking for connection. They're looking to build as much as they can in this online world. They're looking to build that connection with you. They want to be seen and heard. Yes, there are still people who are doing brilliantly in selling programs that have maybe got 1,000 people or plus in it, but that's kind of not my style, because I know that there's a whole percentage of people who will never do anything in that, and that's not what, you know, that's not, as a business coach, I'm about. I'm very much about helping, supporting my clients to get results, and if I have to work with smaller groups of people to do that, that's what I do. But what your audience is looking for is they're looking for connection with you. And that's the beauty of videos, isn't it? You know, anybody can create a video like this where you are connecting with your audience, you're asking questions, you're engaging with people. And, you know, I'm just sat here in my office. This is like the stuff that I've walked to school in, to do the school run in. You know, I'm a real person. I've got my, you know, my clutter. Oh, I never know which way to point. I've got my clutter in the background, hopefully not too much. That's like just office stuff, isn't it? But they want connection, they want you to be relatable. And this comes down to what I was sharing yesterday, where we were talking about using stories to become more relatable. And the key thing with this, and this is a real NLP reference, is that with anything you're creating, any content you're creating, it's about building rapport between you and them. And once rapport has been created, that is when trust appears. And as soon as somebody trusts you, that's when they are likely to stay in your audience and become a working, paying client of yours. And when you really build that rapport, people stay with you for a long time. So think about this in your own business. You know, where are you showing up? Where are you building relationships? Where are you building that rapport with your audience? Because this is what's really, really key. And I don't follow many of the people who are here today online, but I follow Becky, and she's brilliant at her Instagram. You know, she's got a real lovely feel to her branding. It's very consistent. And as soon as I see one of Becky's posts, I'm like, oh my God, it's Becky. So, you know, you can do this really, really easily. Just think about how you can create that rapport in your own business. Now, one of the things that I've promised to share with you today is my kind of 3-step framework for figuring out how to do this. And again, This is linked to your overall plan. Don't worry if you haven't got an overall plan, but you will begin to see how this fits in and why I started today's masterclass off referring to the fact that, to have that kind of 12-month plan that's broken down into a 90-day cycle is really, really key for giving you that clarity, for giving you that focus. So step one within this framework, and this framework spells out exactly what I get my clients to do. So step one is which is awareness. So if we were looking at a 90-day cycle within your business, and let's say you were planning to launch like your next offer in month 3. So month 1 is all about awareness. So this is about building awareness to people who perhaps haven't met you previously or who have only just come into your world previously. So you want to be thinking in your strategy, right, okay, how can I build awareness about who I am, what I do, and who I work with, and why people should come and work with me. And the sorts of things are, my pleasure, Becky, and the sort of things that really build awareness are things like your freebie. So can you see how I'm saying, like, in month 1, start to grow your audience if you are looking to launch in month 3? So you might think, well, that's crazy, but this is the reality. If you want some really successful, profitable launches where you're feeling like on top of the world and you're meeting your targets and your goals, this is how we approach business. And it's really, I love month 1 because it's all about the free stuff, isn't it? There's no selling in it, it's just free stuff. So it's about your freebies, it's about your content, it's about your social media messages, it's about you getting into other people's networks, whether that's through interviews, guest blogs, podcasts, going into people's groups and delivering like support and content. It's about networking. You might be running webinars, lives, running a podcast. You might decide, as I shared yesterday, that 2020 is the year that you get out. So you go to events, maybe you put your hand up and say that I'll be a speaker at other people's events. So it's really, month 1 is all about that awareness, getting people to meet you in the first instance and for them to begin to connect with you. And then the second step, which is C for confidence, is that the next step, which is generally around month 2, is about building that confidence. Now you've got them interested, you need to build that confidence, like that you are relatable, that you're trustworthy, that your values are in alignment with their values. That's what people are looking for. And the way that you create that through your content is through sharing your story, and to get as vulnerable and personal as you feel comfortable with, and whatever is relevant to your audience. It's about sharing your clients' stories and success stories. It's talking about the results that you help your clients to generate. It's talking about your results. It's talking about the lessons learned. It's showing that you're not perfect, but you've learnt your lessons and you've moved forward. And it's about sharing testimonials and case studies. So not only are people like, oh my God, I really like Rachel. She really talks, she shares really straightforward information that I can understand and implement in my business. And then, the next stage is for my audience to feel confident, this is she isn't just some blow smoke up your hole type of business coach. She is somebody who's going to get me to take action consistently in my business, and she's going to help me get results. And that's what you do through the second step, which is through confidence. And then the third and final step, which is T for target. So as you can see, I've spelled out ACT, because that's what I get all my clients to do, is to take action. And step 3 being target. I was talking to my husband about this. I said, have you got an alternative word for T? I said, it feels a bit masculine. And then I was like, do you know what? We're made up for both feminine and masculine. So I'll bring my masculine in now. But target is step 3, which often happens in your plan, if you're using a 90-day cycle, is step 3 is all about the launch, isn't it? It's like, right, okay, you've gathered your people together, you've built that rapport. Now you're getting really, really specific about the challenges that your clients have got. You're talking about their sweet spot. You're talking about how your offer helps them overcome, resolve, move forward from their challenges. It's about dealing with any potential objections that your clients might have about coming and working with you or investing with you. It's about targeting your focus on a launch. And if you're like quaking your boots and you're going, oh, Rachel, I don't like launching. I've tried launching, it doesn't work. I completely understand that. But when you have like clarity and when you are kind of putting together an offer that is so exciting and so frigging brilliant for your audience, you will soon learn to absolutely love launching. And the point is that when you've done step 1 and step 2, you're not talking to a cold audience who are like, who's this crazy woman trying to get me to invest with her? This is a group of people that you have been nurturing, that you've built that rapport. And these are people who are smart, intelligent clients or potential clients, and they can decide for themselves if they are ready to come and work with you. This you'll never get any sleazy sales tactics off me. This is just about you always taking aligned action and coming from a place of service and purpose, and not being unafraid of going out there and putting an offer together. So that is step 3, which is target. It's like, right, okay, I'm really ramping up my activities. I'm really ramping up, and I'm getting ready, and I am going to put an offer out there. So let me know if you've got any questions about that. And I hope you can see how this is a jigsaw. It feels a bit like a jigsaw, doesn't it? Kind of slots together. So you've got step 1, which is all about awareness of who you are, what you do, how you work. Step 2 is about confidence, building that confidence about you that you can get results. Step 3 is about targeting, so you get that real focus kind of energy around your content, and calling people in, giving people an opportunity to come and work with you. So there you go. Just as you process that, let me know if you've got any questions about how this relates to you and your business. And I hope this has given you some clarity about the kind of power of having a plan. So let me know if you've got anything. Yeah, so Becky says, really helpful. So Becky, and for everybody else who is here, you know, what is the biggest takeaway for you from today's content? That's what I would love to know. Because growing your audience is one of the most crucial strategies that you need in 2020. You know, growing your audience, nurturing your audience, this is where your audience is, where your next paying clients are at. Your audience is where your future money is at. So I understand that it can feel, you know, that lots of people have a problem with this. They're not consistent. They don't know what to put out. There's a real fear factor that I'm not good enough, or somebody else has already said that. But this is about you recognizing and feeling informed now that actually you could put together a really clear and exciting strategy for going out there and raising awareness to who you are and building an audience and getting them ready for an offer. And so many people do, you know, they do bits of this, but they don't see it all the way through. So Morgan says, like your steps, do you think you necessarily need a full month, or could you do it per week? Because my audience, yes, this is a really good point, and thank you for raising this. Yes, probably I'm relating it to my business, aren't I? Is that, you know, my offers are in the several hundreds of pounds offers, unless you're joining the 5K club. So yes, you can most definitely condense this down into a month. And one of the points about this is that sometimes people think, I like a 90-day plan, that lets me off, I only have to sell once. No, it doesn't. We should, as business owners, be getting comfortable with selling all the time. This is about when you have, you know, this is just giving you a framework, this is giving you something that you can actually plan for. Okay, Becky says, I'm planning my launches in 2020. It's great to know that I need to plan my content approach 3 months beforehand. My content in 2019 was more sporadic, but 2020 will be clear and focused. Yes, but Becky, that's because you are getting clarity, isn't it? You are getting so much clarity about who you are and what you do. And I can't tell you how freeing it is to have a plan. And that is why in the my next live event, this is what we focus on. The live event is happening in January, and it's about giving you your big vision for 2020. And you will walk out of that room with a vision that is bigger and more exciting than you maybe potentially thought that you had it within you. But within that, you will have that 12-month plan. I will be getting you to actually work out your 12-month plan. And then within that, we will be mapping out what are those key themes. So as a business coach, for instance, my content could be absolutely anything. It could be mindset, money mindset. It could be strategy. It could be business planning. It could be business models, pricing, creating offers, launching. There's content, there's frigging loads that I could do. And that's kind of quite high level stuff. I've went a little bit deeper. So actually, we are sometimes our own worst enemy because we know so much. And that can be an obstacle for us to actually understand what to actually go out to the marketplace. And yeah, it is about, the big kind of 2020 planning day that I'm hosting in York in January is about giving you that clarity. It's about giving you that overview of your business. I mean, how exciting is that? Your business, your growth for 2020. We'll be putting targets in there. We'll be talking about money. There'll be also some mindset work, because there's absolutely little point in giving you like this most exciting plan and for you to get out the door and for you to be thinking, well, that will happen, because we haven't dealt with fear, we haven't dealt with mindset, we haven't dealt with money. So we will be doing that in the room as well. So that is it's a really special day. There are just 14 seats available. 5 have already gone. So if you are like, oh my God, I need a plan, I can't have the same experience that I've had in my business in 2019, or that you think, oh my God, I'm ready for more. I know 2020 is going to be this really powerful year, and I'm ready for it. This is a great day. This is a day spent on your business. There's 14 of you in the room. I get to spend a lot of time with each of you. You're going to walk out of the room with this. And I'll tell you also something that's really special about these events is that we pull together the most amazing group of people. And what we've started to realise is that when we've all come together for the day, that actually even when the day is over and the content's done and we've got our plans and all of those things, is that actually we want to stay within that energy. So we generally stay and we hang out in the bar, and one evening I even kind of forgot to go home. And that is the beauty of growing your audience, when you have a group of like-minded people who actually just want to hang out socially. And that's exactly what we'll be doing on this day. The link's here for the day. It's going to be on Thursday, the 30th of January. There's currently 3 payment, you can split it over 3 months, the payment options, because I know it's an expensive time of year, and I don't want for you to be thinking I really need to do this, but I haven't got the spare cash to do it. So you can pay it all in one go, or you can spread it over 3 months. It's completely up to you. But that's available until the end of December. And basically the point is with this day is that we're going to have this day, it's going to be magical. You're going to walk away with having that plan, knowing what your offers are, knowing what your content themes are, understanding how to set goals, using a 90-day planning cycle so that you can just keep on refreshing your plan and moving forward. And then if you want to, you can come and have dinner with us. That's obviously not included in the price of the day, but that's something that lots of us have gone let's just have dinner. Let's not just hang out in a bar. Let's go and have dinner. Let's keep talking about our plans for 2020, because there isn't just me in the room. There's also lovely, I forgot to go home, but it happens, Becky, doesn't it? Oh, Morgan, that's absolutely amazing. We start at kind of 9:30. So yeah, that's the start. I'm actually speaking to you later on today. So any questions about today's content or the event? Because this is, this is really important, isn't it? I wouldn't be wasting your time if this isn't important, and if this isn't something that I use and get great results from, or my clients use and get great results from. So oh yeah, Claire, good question. I'm going to say January. I might do something at the back of this. we'll see. If you're interested, Claire, just drop me a PM and let me know if you're interested in the 5K club. It is a cool place to hang out. We do, and what's amazing about the 5K club is it's my membership club, and lots of the members who I work with over a period of time, they come to my live events, so I actually get to work with people who I wouldn't ordinarily meet in real life. And people travel from all over the country. York's very, very central, and it's got some really great places for us to hang out. So that is today's masterclass. That is this week's masterclass. We've got 2 more masterclasses coming up. We've got one which is all about planning. So it's like, I call it the 3 gateways to generating 5K in your business. And this is about, recognizing where you are right now and looking at how you can quickly move into generating consistent months of 5K. And I know there's a lot of information out there, like create a passive income stream, create a members club, do this, do that. And I'm just like, right, there's some information that you need to have that you can then apply in your own business and start to hit those success points really easily. And it helps cut through all that kind of noise that's out there. And then the 4th and final masterclass, which is actually going to be at 6 p.m. on Thursday next week, which is my last working day as well before Christmas. And I'll be showing the 5 key mindset strategies that you need for success and growth in 2020. So I'll be telling you more about those as we go along. If you have any more questions about this, let me know. It's been an absolute pleasure to share this with you. I'm glad it's been useful and helpful. If you're watching the replay, please keep asking your questions and getting the clarity that you need for your business. And I look forward to, message me today. I want to hear the actions that you're taking because of this. It was so great to receive those yesterday. Okay, everybody, have a really great Wednesday, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye for now.